A very good evening and a warm welcome to On Focus with Art. From the Eiffel Tower to the World Trade Center, the uniqueness of these designs have provided an aesthetic pleasure to the entire humankind. These great designers with their fabulous creations have been celebrated throughout the history. Today, we are with another world-renowned celebrated designer who has done immense service to the designing industry. He is a space psychologist, a space utilization analyst, a mentor, an author, a poet, founder of IIEM, founder of Find Global Movement. We warmly welcome Mr. Adamant Sai Chiang to our program. Thank you very much for joining with us today. It is a great pleasure to see you in Sri Lanka.
First of all, I would like to thank Mariam and Art TV for hosting me for this talk. And I got a lot of message to share with you all today regards to our creative industries. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much. Right, so to begin with, now we all understand that you are raising an awareness on no free design movement. Why did you choose Sri Lanka for your awareness movement tour?
When I started this movement back 2021, and the first country that be in touch with me is Sri Lanka. And at that time, okay, followed by the rest of the country. But I always remember that Sri Lanka is the first country that connect to me. So, therefore, I'm curious about Sri Lanka itself, and therefore, I managed to get hold of a country chapter representing Sri Lanka, and I promised her, I says, because that you sign up with me, therefore, this country will be the first country that I'm going to visit. So therefore, after also hearing a lot of issues over here, and I will want to see personally myself and how our movements can able to contribute to the communities of designers and not designers. So that's why my presence here today is basically the first country for the movements of tour, the Find Movement Tour 2024.
That's great to hear that you still remember that the first country to keep in touch was Sri Lanka, so that's why you came here. Really nice of you. So now we've heard that you've been spreading all this awareness in various countries. Can you elaborate on why you do it and how you do it?
Well, why do I do it first? Okay. In the 35 years in the industry, I have gone through ups and downs and able to understand how this industry works. And I find that the unjust treatments to the creative industry. And I would like to advocate the hashtag no free design movements to not only my own country, but to the global. And it started from a little small message book that I written and I posted into LinkedIn, and it went viral in the back 2021. So I would say that I didn't make it. I think it's a message that the world of creative people choose that this movement should exist to bring awareness to the industry, the people who have suffering in the industry, the people whom find that there are a lot of rooms need to be improved in the industry, and therefore it organically grow from there. So when it organically grow from one country to spread to 15 country, 20 country, and currently right now I'm proud to say that we have about 30 to 22 countries are joining on this particular movement. So it's organically grow. I mean, I don't push, because this kind of thing is not about me pushing the agenda. It's about advocating something which is right. When you're advocating something which is right, people will feel that it's timely that they need to join this movement, and they want to create this movement in their own country. So how do I make it? They make it, not me.
Nice. Now, you told about people suffering. Now, as a layman, it is unclear why the industry is facing so many challenges. And can you provide the reasons behind these sufferings?
You see, now I would like to spread out this message that like you say, layman. Yeah, yes, a lot of laymen does not know about what most of the designers have gone through. Okay, now nothing in our journey to become a designer or creative, whether graphic designers, interior designers, product designers, the journey of us doesn't come free. That's for sure. You need to go through a proper channel of education and experience. But, however, the reality of the community, not only in one country but the whole world, okay, always seek that our professions for free proposal. Free proposal is kind of like an entitlement for a layperson. So I can understand where the layperson coming out from, because they feel that creative people, when they come, I'm asking for a proposal, that kindly give me a proposal first before I can able to pay you. So this is the mindset of a layperson. But if you put your empathy, understanding about where the designer is coming from, the designer's mind, the moment that they take up a job, they have to burn midnight oil. They have to come up with from nothing to something, from intangible to tangible for you to imagine. You know, being creative in mind, it's using a lot of emotions. A lot of assets can't be seen in our creative minds. So therefore, when we create something, that is something is value. That is something that nobody can see as a layman. And this part, it worth to be paid, you see. So this is the message that I'm trying to put across to the world of creative people, and also to the lay people who don't understand about what most of the designers are suffering from. The moment that we take up any design is already a process of our emotions. That we use our emotion, our imagination, and all the power and energy to perform in our best in our work. But in the layman point of view, they may thought that we just simply scribble some sketches and come up with a couple of buttons and cut and paste. It's no. Even though that kind of process, it takes a lot of energy from our side. And this energy does value. So I'm urging with empathy to the layman people who do not know about what the journey of the designers have gone through. Do understand that the journey to come out with the proposal that you're asking for free does put designers into a lot of energy to work out the proposal for you all. And that values, and is not free.
Thank you very much for the explanation. So, what are your plans for the movement? And we like to know what are the hurdles you may have and how you're going to overcome these in the future.
Well, you must have a roadmap. You must have a roadmap to do what you're doing. Without roadmap, I would not do what I do. Like I say, the moment that this so-called this movement went viral, and this went viral not by my intention, but it's a choice that the creative people, especially young generations, doesn't want to provide free proposal because the time that they put it on is so valuable, and therefore that we are living in the 21st century. We are talking about AI coming forwards. So, therefore, these movements need to let people know that the young generations does not want to provide free proposal anymore. This is number one. Number two is that we hope that the lay people to understand that the old school of thinking of the entitlement of free proposal is an old school, because the only, in my own research, that free services is creative industries. So I see that the roadmap that what I drawn is that first, we want to create awareness that the entitlement should be stopped in the 21st century. Moving forwards is the new generation must understand that I'm from old schools, okay? I'm part of the problems. But in the future, the young generation should be the solutions. So you are the problem, you can be the solution too.
That's true, Edmund. Like you said, not only for the designing industry, for any industry, we should have a roadmap, a route map, and that is where the generation, anybody could achieve their vision. So, with that, we would like to tell our viewers there's a lot more to be discussed. We heard a lot, we learnt a lot. So, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. We are at a discussion with Mr. Edmund, and we were discussing about the hurdles that the professionals in the design industry have to face. So, Edmund, moving on, can you explain the values that drive the no-free design movements?
Yes, we have 6 pillars of values, yeah, to carry out through on these movements. Okay, number one is fairness. Fairness is very important. Fairness towards to this creative industry. We seek for fairness. We seek for treatment to be fairly treated. Number two, we are seeking for empowerment. A lot of designers are very good in whatever they do, but they got to empower themselves to be much more confident in the way their communications, from their work to reality. And that process, we empower them to always keep up with their skill sets. So therefore, with that, they can able to uplift their so-called their skill sets, and people will respect. That's why we want to empower them to uplift their skill set to become more confident in whatever they do. The third, solidarity. Solidarity is to come together in a way that all creative people should come together to unite. There are many industry professional people are very united in any aspect. Doctors, even lawyers fight in court, but they come out. There's a rules of ethic. Likewise, any other professions too. We creative people are trying to diminishing each other. So diminishing these words is something this is not good. We should respect each other and how we can build the unity. That's why the third key value is solidarity. if we can able to come together, we always think that you are not my enemy, we are alliance. So we can build the unity to work together and bring up these beautiful industries. Fourth is empathy. We seek for empathy that whether as a designers or creative, we have to use empathies to do whatever we do. Likewise, we hope the people who appoint us to do the work has an empathy towards what we are doing, and it does takes a lot of our efforts to come up with any inventions. Look at all the beautiful things around us. These are all done by creative people. The clothes that we wear, the pants that I'm wearing, the shoe, the environment, the building, the colors, all come from creative peoples. You see? So with that, the empathy to understand that every time that we take on the task, there is a lot of works that putting on. So empathy is the fourth value that we believe. Fifth, humanity. Why I say humanity? Humanity is that we got to have compassion. We got to understand people do need to make a living in creative industry. We are here with the real pure intentions. Most of the designers has good intentions. They got nothing about thinking other things but beside to create beautiful things. That is a solid mind, that the beautiful mind of a creator. They always like to think something new and empowering themselves to create something which is exciting. And that itself already take up most of their mind of thinking. So therefore, with that, we are doing creative industry is to make a living, to put bread on our table, to put whatever foods on our table. So therefore, we don't want them to live at the lower so-called income. This is what's happening right now in the industry. So this is what we want people to see designers in human aspect, in the compassion aspect, so that they're able to understand where we are coming from. And of course, lastly, number 6 pillar, which is the economically. Why I say economically is because that I travel many countries, even my own countries. Good work always giving to other countries to do. Why not the locals? Why not give back to the locals? Why the foreigners? Why not taking care of the local people instead of foreigners? You see, like Sri Lankan, you guys are very creative. You have so many talented people over here. I've seen your work. I've seen your compassions. I've seen your passion towards your work. And some of this, all this work can be put in place in good work within the country. So if let's say all these projects has giving back to the local people, the prosperity come back to the country, not the foreigner. See? So in terms of my 6th pillar is talking about economical point of view. We can always look into the internal part of the country within our people. Then only we talk about how we can collaborate with other people for talent sharing or professional learning. You see? So with that, within the country, we can create a healthy GDP in your country.
Great 6 pillars, Edmund. Not even for business, for our day to day living also we need some of these pillars like fairness, empathy, humanity. For our day to day living also people should have these within them. Right. So, moving on, what ways can individuals actively contribute to change the creative industry?
Well, this is very simple. But I do mention earlier on that the people to understand our industry, okay, asking for free is the entitlement should be stopped in the 21st century. I hope it can be able to stop in Sri Lanka. You see, so the contribution that I seek, two things. One, that designers must appreciate their value. They got to empower themselves that they are value. The moment that the journey you come out from the schools, you are valuable. So whatever that you do, from the moment that you hold a pen to a board, that already a valuable asset, and it doesn't come free. That's number one. I empower the designers to seek their value. Second, to the public at large, layman, perhaps you never know what we have gone through to do a job. The entitlement should be abolished. Abolished in the sense that to seek designers for comparison, getting too many designers to participate in one job without any compensation, that is diminishing the beautiful industry of the creative people. Because why? They are less motivated if, let's say, they are not paid. If they are paid with giving proposal, they are more motivated to do even better. So, therefore, with this, if the public at large understands where our standing point of views, all right, what motivates us to be more creative, at the end it boils back to commercial aspect, the value aspect of it. So that's where we all can participate together, to come in solidarity, to come with empathy, that designers and end users should understand that to respect each other.
That's true. Great. Now, Edmund, you were talking about the hurdles about the industry. As a senior person in this industry, if a child, after hearing all these hurdles, wants to join the industry, will you genuinely recommend to join the industry?
Well, I would like to tell you good news about this, all right. Now, art is always imbued in everybody, okay. It's just a matter of whether they wanted to explore towards arts in their career or they preferred other industries. Let me tell you that art moving forwards will become very valuable assets if the person nurtured the talents. They should continue, despite what you hear from me, because what we are moving forwards, and I'm glad to announce today. Yesterday, I have a privilege to sign my company IIEM, Inside Interior Admin, with VTA, Vocational Training Authorities. We signed a MOU, and this platform, basically we are setting up a class, okay, for students to study in VTA, and on top of it, this platform helps the students to realize their value. So I'm glad that my presence coming to Sri Lanka has a fruitful agreements with VTA to set up a school, classes to empower the students to have more confidence, to able to find their really skill sets, And on top of it, with that, they can able to assure with assurance of jobs. This is something that we are embarking on in Sri Lanka right now.
Wish you all the very best for the project. Since we are running out of time, I would like to ask you the final question. Where do you see the no free design movement heading, and what specific message do you aim to convey to all our viewers?
I am part of a voice that the little part of the voice that activate these movements. Where it's heading is the generations of now, generation of today and generation of tomorrow. I see that everybody wants to have a change because nobody wants to maintain status quo as current situations. So I would see that the change will come from the new generations of tomorrow, bringing movement forwards to the global arena. So with that, I think the young generations can make a wonders of these movements moving forwards.
So, to all our viewers, we heard a lot, we learnt a lot, and the sky is the limit if you want to join the designing industry. So, Mr. Adaman, thank you very much for joining with us today, and we are happy that you visited Sri Lanka and you are going to establish this project. So, wish you all the very best. So, before winding up, do you have one last message to give to the audience?
Yes, I have. First of all, thank you, Mariam, for having me here again for these talks. A message for the audience who's looking at this TV. There's one message that I have created in Malaysia that we hope that everybody carry this symbol. This symbol means R. This symbol R means respect. Okay, if we all show this symbol on our selfie or whatever social media that you have, this representing respect of the creative people in here. With this, I thank you.
That's great. So, we were at a discussion with Mr. Adaman Sai Cheong. He is a space psychologist, a space utilization analyst, a mentor, an author, a poet, founder of IIEM, founder of Find Global Movement. So, Adaman, wish you all the very best for your future endeavors, and to all our viewers, have a very good night. Take care.